We are back with more Cloverdale Colts U18A2 highlights. Tonight, we'll be checking out Game 3 of the President's Series playoffs for the Colts. They'll be taking on the team from Coquitlam, an A1 team, a team they have not played all year, as this team was in a higher flight than them. This Coquitlam team was upset in the first round of their provincial series, and so they have been relegated to the President's Series, similar to the Colts. So no prior history to go on in this game, other than the fact that this Coquitlam team is higher in the standings than the Colts. The Colts will have the benefit of numbers today. Every rostered player is dressed today, no scratches. Max will be getting the start in net for this home game from the Cloverdale Arena on February 22nd. The Colts are coming off a game the night before where they gave up a 3-2 lead with less than a minute left in the game, resulting in a tie against the Langley A2 team. So they'll be coming off that disappointing result, hoping for a bounce-back game against a tough opponent here this afternoon. So let's head to the highlights. Coquitlam's going to get the first chance of this game. Here they come in on the left side. They're going to push that puck to the middle. The player's going to slide it across to the far right side, but Max slides across, seals the bottom of the net, keeps it out. Colts looking to respond. Here's Arjun coming down the left side. He's going to throw that in front as Jesse's coming in late. Gets a poke in on the puck, and the Coquitlam players take exception to that. And you're going to see Jackson get pulled down from behind, horse collar style. That's going to be the first penalty of the game, and it won't be the last. Colts unsuccessful on that power play, and a little bit later, here they are with an ill-advised clearing attempt from the corner. That's going to get knocked down by Coquitlam. They're going to throw it towards the net. There's two Coquitlam players there banging away. The third comes in, and that third player gets buried from behind by Jesse. No call by the referee on that one. Here's another high clearing attempt up the middle by the Colts that again gets knocked down by Coquitlam, and this time the Colts forwards are forced to take that player down to prevent a potential scoring chance the other way. And then watch at center. You see the two players coming together there with Arjun getting bumped into. So the Colts do end up drawing a penalty as well, and that's going to remain 5-on-5. But it won't stay 5-on-5 for long. Watch this player on the far boards. After he makes his pass, Trevor comes in, knocks the player flying well after the puck is gone. So that's going to be a penalty for Trevor. So here we are, Coquitlam to the power play, moving the puck to the middle, throwing it towards the net where they have a player in front. He gets the puck off the wall, rebound, takes a shot, but the net comes off and is saved by Max. Here's Coquitlam with an up-the-middle turnover of their own. Noah does well to intercept that and then cut towards the middle, get a good shot off, but it's smothered by the Coquitlam goaltender. Here's a 3-on-2 though for Coquitlam, following that up, and Max does well to nullify that first attempt, but then watch all the Colts get focused on the puck, and then Arjun's going to fly right by that player, leaving him unchecked, and allow that rebound to come out to him, and he slides that pass on the short side, and Coquitlam takes the 1-0 lead. Coquitlam's going to look to stretch the lead to 2. Here they come in again on another 3-on-2 with a slow back check by the Colts forwards. And once again, Max is going to have to go through some aerobics to keep that puck out. Puck goes along the wall, and there you see a hit along the wall by Patrick that's going to draw the ire of the referee. He's going to give a penalty to the Colts, so they're going to head to the penalty kill. We see Coquitlam working again in their umbrella that they had going earlier, and they're going to slide that across to the player in the middle who directs it on net, and there's a rebound, and another nice save by Max to keep that one out on the short side. Still on the power play, though, Coquitlam. They're going to push this puck to the middle. That player's going to throw it on net. Max makes one save there and a second save on another chance. So excellent penalty killing by the Colts, mostly on the back of Max's nice saves. And he's going to have to come up with another one right there as he slides across to his right. But unfortunately, the puck is rebounded out to the Coquitlam player, who puts it back to the middle. And only so many chances can be tolerated. And eventually, Coquitlam scores, and they take a 2-0 lead to the second period. They're going to get a chance right there for a 3-goal lead, but instead that puck goes wide and it rims around, and Jordan's able to throw that hard across the ice for Arjun for a breakaway, but he gets caught and disturbed a little bit, probably enough just to throw him off as that Coquitlam player raced back quickly to get back and disturb him before Arjun could pull that fully to his backhand. But a good chance nonetheless for the Colts. And here's going to be another one. Here's Tyler behind the net. He's going to find Riley all alone in front. Gets a good shot off, but the Coquitlam goalie does well to challenge the shooter and cut down the angle and make the save. Next, we see Arjun continue to hound the Coquitlam players in the corner. And at the end of that sequence, there's a chop by the Coquitlam player across Arjun's back. So that's a slashing penalty for Coquitlam. Colts to the power play. But instead, Patrick's going to reach for that one. It's going to chip around him, and that Coquitlam player's going to go all on a breakaway. But Max keeps that right leg tight to the ice and keeps the puck out. So after that, the Colts remain on the power play, but they have a face-off deep in their own zone, and they're going to struggle to get it out as the puck gets booted around along the end wall. Lyndon Cameron's going to take it around behind the net, put it back to Jackson, but it's too soft, and that Coquitlam player is able to disturb Jackson enough to deflect the puck out front. He jumps on it, fires it past Max, and a short-handed goal makes this a 3-0 Coquitlam lead. Colts are still on that power play, and they're again have a face-off in their own zone. And you see that Coquitlam player having the shaft of his stick wrapped around Jackson's neck, and both players go down. The referee's going to come in and give both players penalties, but he does give Jackson 4 minutes for slew-footing there. Bit of a strange call, but ultimately the Colts are going to have to kill a penalty, and so Coquitlam gets this chance where they skate right out front with it, but again, Max does well to seal the bottom of the net and keep it out. So Coquitlam still on the power play. They shoot that one in, and the rebound comes out. Max challenges it. Looks like he gets it off the shoulder and directed to the corner. As the Coquitlam power play continues, we're going to see that point shot, one rebound there. The puck's going to bounce off to the right for a second rebound. Max makes yet another save, bumping the net off in the process. So Colts finally back to full strength, and here they are down the other end off a face-off, and you see that battle on the draw. Coquitlam player getting there, his hands up high onto Noah. So that's going to be a power play for the Colts, and so they're going to come here on the rush. Noah's going to get hit from behind. That's going to be a charging penalty on Coquitlam. So a 5-on-3 for the Colts, but unfortunately for them, they were unsuccessful, so they go to the third period, still down 3-0. But they don't waste much time finally getting on the board. First, Trevor bumps that back to Jackson, who then pushes it down low to Jesse, who makes a nice move to the backhand before sliding it past the Coquitlam goaltender, and the Colts have taken that 0 off the board. It's now a 3-1 game with about 9 minutes to go in the third period. Colts are going to drive to try and get this game closer. Here's a turnover in their own zone. Then Seth is going to go hard down the right side, try to go around the defender, forces him to hold him as he tries to get by. So there's a penalty for Coquitlam. Colts don't manage to score on that, but shortly after it ends, they do get this chance. Here's Seth again, driving wide, this time on the other side, passes it to Tyler. Tyler's going to put it on the backhand back to Seth. He tips it on net, but the goalie keeps the 5-hole shut and keeps it out. The game's going to turn ugly as it winds down. First, you see Noah get slew foot there in the middle of the ice. And now, as this wall scrum is happening, Patrick is tied up with the Coquitlam player, and they're going to jostle and get into it until punches are going to be thrown. In behind, you see Lyndon Fraser into a battle with the Coquitlam player, and Noah jumps in to help him there. And now Lyndon Fraser is going to go find another player to engage with on the edge of that scrum with Patrick. As a result of this skirmish, all those three players, Lyndon Fraser, Noah, and Patrick, all will be ejected from the game. There will be 4-minute head contact penalties for each of them and a game misconduct that will have them ejected from this game but be available to play in the following game. But we've still got some hockey to play. There's a point shot by Orson with 3 minutes left. Almost makes it 3-2 as that's tipped and the goalie's toe just catches a piece of it. However, it's going to be Coquitlam that's going to find goals late in this game to pull away from it rather than the Colts finding goals to tie it. There's the first one. Seam pass across. Max does well to get across, but he can't quite get a piece of it. And it won't just be goals that are going to be happening at the end of this game. There's also going to be more penalties. As you saw on the left side of your screen, just before it panned to the right, Jesse was engaged along the wall with a Coquitlam player, referee indicating a cross-check that happened off-screen. So again, another power play for Coquitlam as time is winding down, and they're going to move this around very neatly, find the player open on this side, who's eventually going to find that player on the far side. Rebounds aplenty, waiting for Coquitlam players to shovel home. It's now 5-1. And we have one last bit of ugliness to show you. As the game is winding down, you can see Arjun with the puck. No reason to rush it. There's only a second or two left on the clock. The game is over. The Coquitlam players should really be retreating to their own end, allowing that to run out, but they don't. They go right at Arjun as the clock expires, running into him. That's going to ignite some hostilities. You see Tyler engage with that player, and that player starts teeing off on Tyler. So we see Jesse come in and engage that player, try to tie him up and keep him away from Tyler. Now the problem with this is that Jesse was on the bench when the game ended, so he should not actually be in the play at the moment. We see in the corner, Carnveer engaged with the Coquitlam player as well, engaged in a fight, Max trying to break it up. So ultimately, Carnveer does get a fighting major in the corner for his involvement, and Jesse for coming in as Tyler was getting pounded on by the Coquitlam player. he does get a abusive official penalty. Not sure I saw that in the play that happened there, but coming off the bench itself is typically a 10-game suspension. So either way, it would have been a long suspension for Jesse, regardless of whether he did have an abusive official call or not. So an ugly end to the game. It's going to be a 5-1 ending. So we'll have a quick look at the stats for the game, some inflated penalty minute numbers. We'll focus on the positive: 45 saves by Max on 50 shots given up today by the Colts. So let's have a look at the overall standings. And with players like Jesse and Karanveer suspended for the rest of the year due to that game-ending altercation, their numbers will remain stagnant going forward. Speaking of going forward, let's have a look at the standings and see where the Colts currently are. There they are at 6, having yet to pick up a win, having that tie last game against Langley late kind of hurt them. They don't get their penalty point as well this week, so they are thus far winless in the President's Series. 3 games left as we look at those 3 games on the road in Burnaby, and then 2 home games on Friday nights against Port Moody and Richmond. So we'll see you there for those ones, folks.